Hello beautiful ladies, and in today's video we are going to cover 10 fat loss principles that I swear by and that you need to follow if you want to lose fat at any age and at any stage. Yes, even over 40. Principle number 1 is you need to be in a calorie deficit in order to lose fat, in order to lose weight. But of course, fat loss is what we're all after. You have to be in a calorie deficit because that will allow your body to turn to its own fat stores for the energy that it needs in that day. And so that is why a calorie deficit always works. It's not about whether you are having special foods or only certain magical foods for fat loss. There are no magical foods for fat loss. It is energy in, energy out. Number 2 is think protein first. Now, this principle is the most important when it comes to maintaining your muscle mass. And ladies, this is not about becoming the Hulk. This is not about becoming a huge bodybuilder type of female. Protein first means that you just want to meet your protein needs for the day so that during your fat loss phase, you're not risking losing your muscle. And the theory behind this is that if the body needs, and there are 8, even 9, sometimes they say, essential amino acids, which means we cannot make them, we have to ingest them. If the body needs those, where's it going to get them from if it's not in your diet? So hit your protein goals. And the older we get, the more important protein becomes because we become sarcopenic, which means we are losing muscle mass. We are anabolic resistant, means it's harder for us to grow muscle. And protein, with all those amino acids, that is the signal for your body to grow and hold on to its muscle tissue. So I always say aim for around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, your ideal body weight, not your overweight body weight. So for me, somebody who ideal would be around 50 kilograms. I translate to pounds, 110 pounds. That is going to mean that my goal of protein for the day is 110 pounds. Now, this is not an absolute fixed number. If you hit it roughly, that's all that counts. Because, of course, protein, it's a range. It's a recommended amount between 0.8 to 1.2 grams per pound of ideal body weight. I just shoot straight for the middle, that is why. But if I get 100 grams of protein in a day or 120, I'm all good. It's okay as long as you are roughly in your target range. Number 3, fiber. Ladies, fiber is so important for gut health. It feeds our good gut bacteria. And if you are getting in enough fiber, you don't need prebiotics, and your gut health should be good. It helps with motility. It helps you to feel fuller for longer. It helps slow the digestion of your food down. It helps with blood glucose. Fiber has also been shown to be one of the things that prevents all-cause mortality. So what that means is people who eat fiber in general live longer. And so why wouldn't you want to increase your fiber? So make sure you're getting in enough fresh vegetables with most of your meals throughout the day. Number 4 is keep your fats to a low or moderate amount. The reason is not that fats are bad. There's nothing wrong with fats. But if you are eating a high-fat diet, of course, you've got no room in your calorie budget for much else because fats are so calorie dense. There are 9 calories per every gram of fat, whilst there is only 4 calories per every gram of protein and carbs. And so for me personally, it makes sense to fill up on the proteins and the carbs. The carbs give our muscles energy, especially if you're doing some form of resistance training or exercise. Protein, as I've spoken about in number 2, it's so vital for us, especially as we age. And so fats just fill in the rest of your caloric needs. It's good for your hormonal health. But ladies, you don't need much more than 30 to sort of 60 grams of fat in a day. That is adequate. So leave the rest of the calories for your protein and delicious carbs, and you will be good to go. Fat loss principle number 5 is very little to no alcohol. I cannot stress this enough. When I stopped drinking alcohol, the weight did come off, but obviously I had to be in a caloric deficit anyway. But I found that drinking alcohol, even if it's just a few drinks on the weekends with friends, was sabotaging my weight loss goals because I made bad food choices. You get into that sort of, I don't care. I'll just have a bite of this. Then you're not remembering what you ate. You're eating the wrong foods. The next day is a shit show because you didn't sleep well. It depletes your electrolytes. It dehydrates you. It makes you feel like crap. And then obviously the older we get, it takes 2 to 3 days to recover. And your body is just prioritizing the elimination of that toxin. And yes, alcohol is a toxin. So this is not a judgment. It's not telling you that you are bad if you have a few glasses of wine, but just remember that it could be sabotaging your weight loss goal. Principle number 6 is resistance training. Now, I would pick resistance training over cardio any day for fat loss because you're stimulating your muscles, you're telling your body you want to hold on to or even grow a bit of muscle tissue. And muscle does burn more calories at rest than your fat cells, of course. So muscle is very metabolically active. Your body is going to use calories to grow muscle tissue. It's going to burn more calories at rest. When you have more muscle tissue, you're going to look sexier, you're going to be stronger, you're going to feel like you are capable and you want to do more and move more throughout the day. So I think resistance training, if I had to pick, I would do that. If I didn't have the time for cardio, don't worry about it. Not that cardio is not important, but if you weight train heavy enough or you can weight train fast enough, you can get your heart rate up anyway during a session of weight training. So you can kind of get a 2-for-1 there. But exercise overall is very important, but just don't neglect your resistance training. Number 7, this is what people don't want to do, but I promise you, you need to do it. Track your food. And when I say track your food, weigh your food so that you can track it accurately. I myself have been very resistant to doing this for many, many years. I would track a bit, then I would stop and I would get fatigued and I wouldn't be weighing my food. I would be just eyeballing it and guessing, okay, that looks roughly like 100 grams of protein, roughly this, roughly that, which is fine. It depends on how serious you are about your weight loss goals. But ladies, if you want to see real dramatic fat loss results, you must track your food accurately. And the only way to be accurate when you track your food is to weigh and measure it. So you are tracking 100 grams of that amount, whether it's cooked or raw. Make sure your tracker is saying cooked or raw. And then you know that what is coming in to your mouth is that. And then you can sort of see your progress, your measurements, your weight, and then you can assess, is that amount of calories that I'm actually eating having an effect on my weight loss, or do I need to adjust? So the data and the knowledge, it is power. Now, when we talk about a healthy diet and a diet for fat loss, I always would prefer that you eat whole foods, foods in their most natural form as far as possible. Not to say that you can never have a pizza or a piece of cake. I love those foods and you can include them in your fat loss diet. Track them, make sure you're still sticking to a calorie budget. But overall, for health and for general weight loss and just to feel good, food choices do matter. So fresh whole foods are always going to be your better option. For example, sweet potato, any potato with the skin on, lots of vegetables, lots of low starch vegetables, starchy vegetables for your carbs, lean meats, fish, nuts and seeds I would be wary of. They are high in fat, so you can include them, but just make sure not too many of them. But in general, you want to choose foods that you would find in their most natural form for your overall health, and it will help you with your weight loss goals. Number 9, you must cook your own meals at home because then you know exactly what has gone into the food that you're putting into your mouth. You know that when you track that food, the white rice is only white rice. There's no hidden oils, no hidden sugars. I've mentioned before in videos, I've watched them make sushi rice and they add sugar to that rice. Restaurant rice that comes in the little bowls often has oils added to it. There is so much hidden in restaurant food that, not to say you can never go out and have restaurant food, but if you do that too often, you could very likely be sabotaging your weight loss goals. So make your food at home, have your food prepared, have lots of healthy food on the go and on the ready so that you make good food choices and you will see your fat loss goals realized and achieved. And principle number 10, and we get to the end of the video, do this happy with a positive attitude. You cannot go into a fat loss phase or go on a weight loss journey with this negative mindset of, I can't have this, I'm not going to be able to do it, I'm now going to be miserable, this is terrible, poor me, I can't eat this food, I can't have that. Please, please, please go into it with a positive attitude because then you're much more likely to achieve your goal. You're much more likely to have fun along the way. You're much more likely to actually learn the skills that you need to learn in order to tackle this weight loss goal. And remember, this is a beautiful and fun journey that's going to result in better health outcomes. You're going to achieve your dream body, which is so exciting. Just imagine how good it's going to feel to shop for clothes that you've been longing to fit into and to shop for. And this is not a judgment. I think women are beautiful at any size and at any weight. But because you clicked on this video, you are the one that wants to lose weight. This is a topic of interest to you, and it does feel good. I've recently hit a weight loss goal for myself, and I'm seeing the results, meaning I can see my muscle definition, which is something I wanted for me because I work so hard in the gym, and it's been really rewarding, and I haven't felt like I've missed out. It's not been a sacrifice to not eat certain foods because I know what those foods are doing to my weight loss goals. And so now that I'm seeing the results, it has really been worth it, and it's really paying off, and it's making me feel more positive and more inspired to continue with this journey. So go in with a positive mindset and keep telling yourself how healthy you are going to feel when you've lost a little bit of weight. You won't be out of breath. Your blood pressure might come down. You may manage your blood sugars better. There's a whole host of reasons that weight loss could be beneficial in some cases. I'm not saying weight loss is always healthy. Obviously, there's an extreme, and obviously you could take it too far, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the average menopausal or perimenopausal woman who needs to lose a little bit of weight. And of course, that weight will come off around your midsection. You will lose visceral fat as well as you start to lean down. And so this is going to be a beautiful journey for you. I encourage you. I wish you all the best. You can do it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.